Hello, thanks for joining me from the airplane before making it back to Silicon Valley. Inclement, hopefully there's no announcement, inclement audio, but we'll try it anyway. Ironically, going to Google I/O and the lower third is not working, so this is Holger Mueller from Constellation Research. Reach me at Twitter at HolgerMU. So Google I/O started off today, and I watched the keynote remotely, make my way back to Silicon Valley, as I mentioned before. What are the interesting takeaways for the enterprise? That's always the interesting question. There are lots of consumer things, but what are the top three I want to share with you tonight, right now? And very easy to pick, obviously, Android and key announcement having David Burke on stage. Good to hear the performance improvements on the GIT side, having things pre-compiled, running them again, memory, that's always a good thing to see. Better performance on the device, better battery life to be expected, easier ways to upgrading, new way of quick switching, only keeping the last 7 applications there. Definitely a good thing to use. Dual screen coming, higher productivity for the enterprise. As devices get bigger, you want to use both of them. So very good progress to see in Android N. Usual challenge, of course, with diversity, lots of people providing things here. Next big announcement introduced by CEO Sundar Pichai already is the Google Assistant. So good to see that Google is joining Facebook, Microsoft with the early announcement around bringing in virtual assistants to help people to be more productive in the enterprise. Obviously, that means the bots need to come. Google showed some examples, interesting from the longitudinal perspective, layered searches, layered questions on the contents. Very interesting video of a family getting ready in the morning, layering things, controlling their home together with the home device, which is going to come later in the year, but it's more on the consumer side, but shows the power of the Google Assistant, the natural language processing, which Google does really well. Google's looking also for synergies with Google Photos from that perspective. It will be interesting to see what the bot framework will be, what the way for third parties to add their capabilities into the Google Assistant will be, because Google can't build it by themselves. OpenTable was announced as a partner. Interesting to see, obviously. Key takeaway for enterprises: there must be something real. If Google is doing it, Microsoft is doing this, Facebook is doing this, we need a chat client strategy. Important thing for Google, though, has been that there's no chat client which really is the right. Google Plus really never got that, so Google also launched 2 important applications for them. One of them being Allo, a chat application which will come out later in summer, both for iOS and Android, and a video 2x2 conversation called Duo coming out there. So third takeaway, Google virtual reality. Very good to see that Google departs finally from the low-cost, cheap and cheerful cardboard option. With putting Google VR, an interesting, different approach than Microsoft and Facebook, putting it on top of every Android platform running on N, defining the spec. The handset makers, everybody who's building handsets for Android has joined already, and doing a spec equally for a headset. So a different approach, not building its own hardware like Microsoft and Facebook with the Oculus, but going broad across platform. With that, you have the pros and cons of diverse setup, other people building the application, staying true to what has been happening on the overall Android strategy towards the device manufacturers. A little bit tidbit on the wearable side, very consumer oriented, so I'm not mentioning this. Lots of potential for Google on that side. Didn't hear anything on the IoT pieces too. At the end of that home video, we saw a Nest device, I believe it was, which turned off the house. So very quiet on that front from the keynote perspective today. What's my point of view? Google keeps pushing Android. We saw a 2015 edition of Google I/O, which was clearly Android focused, build Android apps. No moonshots, no parachuting, nothing similar like this. It launched as Assistant, very good to see. Conversation as a platform, as Microsoft calls, is relevant for Google as well. And it takes an alternate, which makes it interesting for us analysts and for customers, alternate route to virtual reality. So I hope I can speak for this announcement. Thanks for watching. Don't make an airline announcement very often, but glad we got this in time. See you soon tomorrow at Google I/O. Thanks for watching.